Hi, my name is John Weniger. We're going to be going over business analytics, data mining, and visualization. Today's current landscape, businesses are surrounded by massive amounts of data. How businesses store, organize, and manage their data has an enormous impact on organizational effectiveness. Small to large companies all have opportunities with the data that they collect. Properly leveraging this data can provide significant competitive advantages in the marketplace. It really comes down to three main things. How do you mine it? What are the best practices for effectively analyzing that data? How do you visualize it? What are the best ways to summarize the data to paint a clear picture? And ultimately, what actions can you take? What does the data tell you about the best path forward? So business analytics, data mining, and visualization enable companies to gain insights that can transform strategies, enhance efficiency, and ultimately drive growth. By the end of this presentation, we're going to understand how these tools empower companies to make smarter, data-driven decisions. And whether you work in marketing, finance, engineering, IT, a foundational understanding of these core tools is really essential. Because data-driven decisions is becoming a must-have skill in virtually every industry. So starting off with business analytics, the definition, really the process of using quantitative methods to derive meaning from data and make informed decisions. Essentially, the purpose is to use data and statistical analysis to make better business decisions. It involves identifying patterns, forecasting trends, and finding actionable insights that help companies understand and improve their operations. The methods for this, there's really four primary methods to business analysis. The methods can be used individually or in tandem, but it's ultimately used to analyze past efforts and to improve future business performance. Number one is the descriptive, the interpretation of historical data to identify trends and patterns. The diagnostic, the interpretation of historical data to determine why something has happened. The predictive, the use of statistics to forecast future outcomes. And the prescriptive, the application of testing and other techniques to determine which outcome will yield the best result in a given scenario. And I think that quote really shines true. Business performance depends on what a firm can or can't do with its data. So data mining, the definition of data mining is defined as the process of discovering interesting patterns and knowledge from large amounts of data. Data mining is the process of identifying patterns, correlations, anomalies in those large data sets and using statistical and computational techniques. The goal is to deliver meaningful insights that might not be evident through the means of traditional analysis. Some of the core concepts of data mining: association, so identifying relationships between variables within data sets. I can contribute this to market-based analysis and products that are frequently bought together, association. The classification, assigning data into predetermined categories or classes, often using machine learning algorithms like decision trees or neural networks. Clustering, grouping data points with similar characteristics into clusters, which helps understand patterns within more complex data sets. Segmentation in a way. And then anomaly detection, so recognizing unusual data points that deviate significantly from the rest, which can be useful. Fraud protection and quality control are some things that come to mind. So in terms of the button image here on the right-hand side, I associate that to that raw data. At the top image is that raw data, and you funnel it through that data mining by clustering, classifying, and associating all those different buttons together, and you arrive at that image at the bottom where buttons are grouped into patterns to understand a little bit easier. Data visualization. So the graphical representation of information and data by using visual elements like charts, graphs, and maps. Really effective visualization helps make complex data more accessible, understandable, and actionable. It provides an excellent way for employees of businesses to present data to those non-technical audiences without any sort of confusion. Some of the core concepts here, design principles. So effective visualizations follow principles like clarity, simplicity, and relevance to assure that the audience can easily interpret the data that they're seeing. Types of visualization, I think a lot of us are probably familiar with these. Bar charts, line graphs, scatter plots, heat maps, all different kinds of visual formats, really designed to serve a specific purpose, showing trends over time to reveal distributions and relationships to one another. As well as dashboarding. So dashboarding provides real-time visualizations of key performance indicators, KPIs, often used by business leaders for quick decision making. Ultimately, data is great. I love analyzing data and looking for trends, building graphs and representations, but really it comes down to how are you going to use the data that you collect. If the data that you're collecting doesn't help you make an action, is it really necessary? I think this is evident on those two dashboards here shown on the right-hand side of the screen. If you look at the top, it's very busy, lots of values, text, and charts. The bottom image shows a much more clear representation with a streamlined dashboard that can be used for quick decision making. Analysis. So this model is going to provide some benefits as well as some challenges. One of the benefits is improved decision making. So business analytics allows organizations, again, to make more informed decisions by identifying patterns, predicting trends, and providing evidence-backed insights. This helps leaders make strategic decisions that align with market demands and customer needs. Next, increased efficiency and cost reductions. So analyzing data can uncover lots of inefficiencies, enabling companies to streamline operations while reducing costs. A competitive advantage is another benefit of this system. Well-structured data analysis, mining, and visualizations can give companies a leg up over their competition, especially when it comes to understanding the market. And with benefits, again, come challenges. Data quality and consistency. The quality and insights depends heavily on data accuracy. Inconsistent or low quality data can lead to misguided decisions, making data cleansing and preparation, essential. We've touched on this next one a lot, privacy and ethical concerns. Ethical implications of collecting and analyzing large amounts of customer data without their knowledge is definitely a concern of many. And visualization issues. Poorly designed visualizations can lead to misinterpretations, causing stakeholders to draw incorrect conclusions about the data that it is they're being presented. Future implications. So we talked about where we're at. Now let's talk about where we're going. So integration of machine learning. Future analytics platforms are likely to include more predictive and prescriptive capabilities, enabling companies to automate complex decision-making processes and rapidly identifying emerging trends. Real-time predictive analysis. New technologies like 5G and the Internet of Things will enable businesses to leverage real-time data analytics more effectively. These real-time analytics will allow companies to respond immediately to changing conditions, optimizing operations, and enhancing their overall customer experiences. An increased focus on data privacy. As analytics and data mining become more sophisticated, there will likely be stricter regulations around data collection and usage. Companies may need to invest in stronger data governance frameworks and adopt ethical guidelines to protect consumer information and maintain public trust. Number 4, more in-depth data visualizations. So future data visualizations may go beyond traditional 2D graphs and charts. With the advancements that we've seen in visual and augmented reality, data visualizations could become an immersive experience where users can walk through, complex data sets or view them from multiple different perspectives. This can provide more intuitive understanding of intricate relationships within data. So in summary, business analytics defines the objectives, questions, and desired outcomes that guide a company's use of data to make strategic decisions. Data mining is the process of discovering those hidden patterns and meaningful insights in large data sets which can answer specific questions or reveal trends among that data. And then data visualization ultimately is the transformation of that complex data into intuitive visual formats like charts and graphs to make insights more accessible and support decision making. That's the bottom line, support decision making. So, I pose those three questions again. How do you mine it? How do you visualize it? And ultimately, how do you act on it? Few discussion questions for the group. So first, in what ways do you think advancements in AI will change the role of visualization in the decision-making process? Are there any potential pitfalls of relying too heavily on data analytics? And what challenges might arise when interpreting data visualizations? Thank everyone for tuning in. Looking forward to reading everyone's comments and having a great discussion. Thank you.